I was looking at my YouTube viewer retention analytics, and I noticed that people were dropping off after about, 30 seconds of looking into the video. And I figured that's probably because, I'm busy actually setting up the stream and checking volume levels. So we're going to forgo that today, and we're just going to launch into a really ridiculous intro. Okay, here we go. So hello YouTube, it's Algamoth back here for part 7 of Health App. What's up, party people? We're going to code today and create an amazing health app. You're going to love it. It's going to make you healthy by proxy. No clickbait. 100%. That's the truth. Okay, maybe that'll get people to the 1 minute mark then. How's that? Oh, thank you. Yes, I think that'll get people to the 1 minute mark. And, then I can boast about, doubling my retention rate. Just like that. Easy peasy. I think this is even part 7. Oh, funny thing I noticed. Hilarious thing I noticed is so on my YouTube music playlist that I have here for the stream, if I set it to loop and then, the song changes, it just deselects loop. It just that's why it's always running over into a different, like, what the hell? So that explains that. So anyway, maybe I should have started on this song. That would have been real fun, huh? Alrighty. So it's very funky. Last time we were here, we completely reorganized all of the models because we realized that didn't work last time. Not that it didn't work, but it wasn't very... It wasn't flexible enough. It wasn't flexible enough for the needs of the people. So we're pretty much back to over here, and we got to take care of one thing before we move on from food creation. That being, I gave you the option to select different units. We need to hold on to that and then bring it back to a base unit to then calculate on for all of our nutrition totals. If we don't, we have problems. So, very simply, we can come here and do nutrient display units. And then I guess we'll just, pick the appropriate. We'll just add the display unit in here. If it's not there, we'll do a whole thing where it what do you call it? Just picks the first unit in the list, like Graham. Okay, so let's go over there. Oh, so fun weird thing. Somebody followed me while we were off stream. How exciting. This is a shout out to Efon Sonnet 0. Thanks, buddy. Wow. Anyway, we were under meal creation. I was also going to add like viewable chat messages to the screen, but then I fell asleep, so that didn't happen. Sorry about that. So we'll grab the selected unit. Oops. Well, it's not my fault. It's just doing that. Assign that there. This should just be nutrient. I don't know why it's still nutrient type. Yeah, there we go. And that's not going to work because for some reason this is just bugged. I don't know why that's happening here. It didn't used to happen. It used to work. I think this version of the Dart Analyzer is just bugged. It's very annoying. Wouldn't be the first time they broke something. It's okay. It's hard. Especially because it mostly works everywhere else, except in callbacks here. So we can grab the display unit. If that's null, then the display unit will be instead the default unit, which we'll never actually use. How about that? Okay. So now if I pick ounces, and then I do a set state, yep, it saves that. And now we gotta make a whole thing where we do conversions. Because that would really suck, just going, you know, this many ounces to this many grams, this many grams, this many ounces. ChatGPT can do it. Because, I mean, these are basic formulas. If it gets this wrong, then I don't even know anymore, right? So let's grab ChatGPT. Can you make back and forth unit conversion helper functions? It only needs to go from the first unit to every other unit and every other unit to the first unit. So, for example, just grab this. Grab this actually. Do we have anything with 3? We have this, but honestly, milliliters should probably just be first anyway. Let's take one and pretend we'll add like pounds. So let's actually fix that in here where we make the milliliters the base. Since I don't think anyone's knows how many grams of alcohol they just drank. Milliliters, yes. Grams, no. Maybe we'll even add liters. There. This is actually an interesting way to do it. I like this method. This should probably work where we're assuming that everything is water, unless you're like drinking oil, which I only know of one person who regularly drinks oil. And we'll remove all of the final flags because I don't... What? You also know the person who drinks oil. Don't play silly. Don't play silly with me. A famous streamer that we watch? Boot Hill? No. I guess Boot Hill does drink oil. No, I meant Doug. He drinks olive oil. Yeah. Why is this capitalized? No. That's the only. Then that's just Boot Hill for motor oil. Okay. So now that we have this, argument error? I don't know about argument error, more like unimplemented error. I feel like that's more accurate. Oh my god, my cat Miss Piper is still yelling at me. I don't know what she wants. She's the one who delayed the stream by a couple minutes because she was screaming at me, and so I gave her a bunch of pets. So if you'll excuse me for a second, I'm petting her right now. She's so cute. Is she just trying to go outside? She just wants to go outside? You just had so much fun? It was our cat's birthday yesterday, and so, you know, we took him outside in our little backyard. They're not outdoor cats, they're indoor cats. And that makes them very happy. And she is on my desk now, trying to look out the window. She's a cutie, but she is disruptive. Very cutie disruptor. Okay, so if we go back to, oh my god, Miss Foofy. She has many nicknames, Foofy being one of them. Can you hear the rattling of the window? Or is that quiet enough? You already broke like 4 of the blinds. You don't need to rattle it around to see. God, she's so cute. Okay. If food... Well, we should actually... Nah, because we're not going to call set state. Okay. There's no need to call set state, so we'll just grab it here. Display unit. And then we'll grab default unit. Well, if display, we only need to do, oh my God, what am I, all right. If the display unit is null, if not null, then we only need to do this stuff. Okay. So we'll grab this. Correct, although we don't want it to be toString. Yes, hi Foofy. You're very cute. Dad's a little busy. Oh man. What are you doing? Go play with your mom. I wish I could show you a picture of her because she's so cute, but she deserves her privacy, you know. She doesn't want you? She just wants the outdoors. You're right. Foofy's a minor. She's only 9 years old. And so we don't want to burden her with fame. Okay, so, oh, big sneeze. He's rolling on the floor sneezing. So if I do like 10 ounces of carbs, which should be kind of absurd. Is 10, yeah, 10 ounces of carbs? Yeah, that's a lot of carbs. Okay, it's 2... It's actually not that many carbs, is it? I never... Yeah, that's actually not a lot of carbs. I'll probably eat that much tonight. Now that I think about it. I'm having spaghetti. So okay, now we got conversions going on. Which is great. This is a little redundant because there'll never be a display unit if there is no default unit. So maybe we'll... we just end up with the same thing anyway. It would just be inverted. We wouldn't remove any nests, so we'll keep it this way. And I don't want to do the lookup if I don't have to, so I'll just do it like that. Okay, so now we got that going on. So I suppose now we have the joy of actually starting to send this back and forth. I don't actually think we did that. No. Okay, so when we press add, this food should go back to the history page. Call it carb test. Oh, serving size, 1 cup of carbs. Okay. And we'll have to grab it. So we're calling it, we're doing like create food here. Really this should be, well, this route is meal creation, so it should really be food creation. Although we'll just call it create food because, nah, we'll do food creation. That way I could type food and it pops up nicely. Okay, so let's fix that. Oops. Food creation. And this route returns a food. And we'll rename this to food creation. Go back to main and update this. And I don't actually, are we even using this? No, we're not. Okay, so we can get rid of this. And simply return food creation. Foofy, what are you up to? Oh, she's under my legs. She's been rolling around outside in the dirt, and so now she's all sneezy. But she still desperately wants to go back outside. Yeah, okay. So back to this. To history. We can expect a food. So actually, I'm thinking this should pull down like a little drop down almost that says food or meal. What are you doing? This cat. Oh, now she's. Are you gonna step on my keyboard? Hi. It's a good thing this is a Friday stream because, oh, she's rubbing her face on the microphone. Okay. Foofy, I love you so much. But, very busy. She doesn't want to speak to the people. Privacy. Oh, you're stepping on my... Foofy. Thank you. Okay, she's sniffing the mic. Oh. Should you come get her? I feel bad because she's so cute. I don't actually. I wouldn't want her to leave if I wasn't streaming. But it is a little bit of an interruption. But she's so cute. Oh. She's getting good scritches. Okay, let me try it. We'll try and do this with one hand. Okay. One hand for Foofy, the other one for... Where is, I'm supposed to have a custom, like, pop-up. Oh, Foofy. Supposed to have a custom pop-up widget already built. I may have never transferred it over, so give me a second. If I can use my right hand to use my mouse. Ah! Foofy, you're on my keyboard. You're rubbing your face on the microphone. She is adorable. Okay, can you sit nicely in the corner of my desk? Or will you cause more mayhem? I need to grab a widget from a mysterious other location. Oh, you're following the mouse on my screen? You like the mouse? She's following my cursor with her face. Wow. Amazing. You're gonna be famous, Foof. Alright, so where do I keep the custom overlay widget? Okay. Let me just paste this in here. Overlay widget. Okay. What are you doing? I can't see my screen. Oh, Foofy. You like the mouse movement, don't you, Foofy? She just keeps... Oh my god. What are you... I wish you guys would see this so you don't think I'm crazy, but... I just love her so much. My god. Although, Foofy, you are ruining my stream. You have a couple more minutes. And then your mother's gonna have to grab you. Shake you. Oh. You sneezed. Did you hear that? Could you hear her sneeze? Well, I meant shake her with love. She's very cute after all. Yes, she is. Oh my god. You've never just hung out up here like this. Is it because I'm like talking at the monitor that you're interested all of a sudden? Because you never do this. So odd. You've been here for like 10 minutes and I've done absolutely nothing because of you. Classic Friday stream. Oh, now you're on my keyboard again. Oh. Okay. Yes, it's Foofy Friday. We have another cat, Arlo. We call him Mr. If I ever start streaming on Mondays, we'll call that Mr. Monday. But today's Foofy Friday. I can't stop petting her. She's just so cute. How do you not just pet her? Well, that doesn't quite work. So let's do alignment, bottom left. There we go. Nice. Oh, I love this fuzz buff. Getting all your fur on my keyboard though. It's a good thing nobody's watching today. If people were watching Foofy, then I wouldn't be petting you. So know that your time is numbered. It's at least numbered by view count. Which right now sits at, for some reason, 2. Even though I know that there's only one person. Do you watch on multiple devices? Or are you just that powerful that you count as 2? I guess you're just that powerful. Because I wouldn't think that my stream view, my stream preview should count as a viewer, but I guess it does. Why do I count? Oh, really? I think they should say 0. I think it'd be funny. Okay. You're absolutely adorable. Oh, she got a sneeze again. Can I, are you okay with me moving on a little bit now? Oof. This is a song. All right. It was spooky. I don't think this needs to really be a text button. Let's just turn these into inkwells. Foofy. Okay, I guess you can sit there. I can't see any of my number keys and barely a bit of the first row, but I guess I can work with that. I guess I'll have to work with that. So this background, if I do a material transparency, will that get this to render correctly? No. Then we'll put it behind this one. Oh, she's resting her head on my Xbox controller. She really wants to go outside. I feel so bad. Foofy. I know she was already outside today. I took her, but I just love her so much. Like, how do I ignore such a cute face? I'm gonna take a picture and send it to you so you know what I'm dealing with. Yeah. Sent to you. Okay. What were we doing? We were trying to get this dialogue to work properly. And we're going to need to add some clip behavior. And finally, some padding. I think that's probably too much padding, but Should it be margin? Is that what I meant? No, I guess I did mean padding. I guess the padding really has to be around the text, annoyingly, because or else the inkwell won't go around it. I'm sorry about your fur, Foofy, but I'm trying to type, and so sometimes I nick a little bit of your fur. I'm trying here. Okay, she turned around, so it's a little bit better. The vertical looks a bit too much to me. Okay. And now where the hell is my divider? I thought we defined some divider themes already. Why is this not, like, ever working? I gave it space, I gave it thickness. I don't remember this being a problem previously, but... Is this the color? She's never hung out with me right here in front of my keyboard like this. I know I keep saying that, but she's still here. It's very surprising. I'm gonna try and push all of her fuzz out of the way though. If I make it even thicker, like, will it finally show up? Like, why isn't this... Am I stupid? So where the hell is the divider then? Is it because there's no defined width? That's probably it. It's because there's no width, isn't it? So if I do intrinsic width, will then it work? Maybe I really need to do intrinsic width on this. Could that be it? Yeah, okay, that does it. All right. And we'll add a border. Is that too obnoxious? It looks kind of obnoxious. Huh. What if we... I'm sorry, Foofy, I know. But if you would just not sit here, then I wouldn't type on your fuzz. That's kind of worse. Okay. Significantly worse. The letters are bolded. Here. If I get rid of that without look better to you? Okay. So let's reload. And we got an error. What's the problem? It's not a subtype of route? Yes, it is. Oh, it's because I don't need these arguments. It's not expecting any arguments. Oh, goodbye, Foofy. Thank you. Goodbye. Still not working. Material page route is not a subtype of route food. Yeah, well, is it because of this? Like, why does it care? What if I cast it? Maybe that's the problem. And then, will you like this now? Okay, so that worked. And we also just need to kill the close. We need to add the close menu. Okay. Then we'll do that again down here. And instead, this will be a meal. This will be a meal. Okay, so it was a casting issue. Nice. So let's verify we are getting a meal. One cup. Okay, and we're getting it. Okay. So for populating this history page, I think it should be sorted by like the last time you selected it. So maybe food and meal need to have like a date time that's last selected. So we'll also have favorite. We'll do date time, last eaten. We'll do last selected. How about that? Yeah, last selected. Because it's not really last time you ate it, it's the last time you tapped it in the history page. And there was going to be another one. I'm blanking on it. I suppose there wasn't anything. All right. It'll come back to me if it's important. We'll do the same thing down here. Okay, we'll remove this. And now we will actually build the history list. So we'll probably want in here we have load meal slots. We'll probably want load foods, load meals, load food instances, load meal instances. Yeah, okay, so let's make those. List of foods. Static future void load foods. And so we'll just grab these foods. Oh, and this needs to be static as well. Let's actually make it a map. Food ID map. Because if we actually do need a list of foods, we'll just grab the values. Otherwise, we're likely just doing a bunch of lookups. So let's do it that way. And then now we just simply do 1 and 2. And now we have a food ID map that we can actually perform lookups on. We're going to do the same for meals. And okay, now we can do food instances. And we'll only do the first one like we did before. We'll do meal instances now. We'll grab it like this. Remove all of this garbage. Do 1. We'll do 2. Food ID map will do 1. Food ID map will do 2. Same here. And then food instances will do food instance map 1. Why is this yelling at me? Oh, food instance map. There we go. And we'll say that's 2 servings, right? Yeah. Okay, now we have all of these all set up. And we'll do meal slot food instances equals food instances dot values to list, and then meal slot meal instances. Meal instances values to list. Okay. And now I think if I reload everything, everything should still appear. Yeah, okay, because this is doubled again. Let's actually do this, huh? And we'll also want to give this an ID of 3. Give this an ID of 2. And give this an ID of 1. Okay. Now we have our demo code set up and everything is broken out nicely where everything loads. And we can do things like this. We'll do like a to do get food. Eventually we'll load from the database, and if foods is not empty, we'll actually set up our map. Which we can do this way. We'll do a nice little inline. We'll do the same thing for meals, kind of. But this we will pull out, actually. Meal ID map, meal ID, and then meal food will have its own food IDs, and we'll want to bind them food ID. So we'll get food if food doesn't equal null. We'll actually organize it this way because we may want to add things later. And we're going to want to reinitialize this every time we reload. That way, when it does reload, it's not just like, let's say something does fall off and something is deleted. We don't want it to still remain in the map. So if we just completely destroy the map, we're pretty much all set. It might be smarter to actually clear it. It's smarter to clear it. Yeah, I think I want to stick with that convention moving forward. Although then I have that problem. So we're not going to do that for the sake of allowing for demo code. Moving on. You are outputting too much code, sir. Food instance in food instances. We'll add it to the map, but then we need the food. Actually, if this food doesn't exist, we shouldn't even bother adding it to the instance map. Because then we'll have an instance with no actual reference to the food, and that can be a bit problematic, because we'll try and find the food from it, it's expecting it, and then it doesn't exist. So because I'm pretty sure we made this not nullable. Yeah, so we would get a late initialization error because it's expecting this to actually have a value. So we'll protect ourselves and not do that. Else if, and then we'll do our for loop. We'll grab the meal. Meal equals null, we'll continue. Same thing for food. Yeah. So obviously this won't continue in the same way that this will, where it doesn't even add it to the list, but I'm okay with it kind of leaving off of food, as long as it doesn't leave off like the whole meal. Because I'd rather like part of the data load in a way that doesn't break everything, so that way the user can go in and add it back in if they need to. Then it should theoretically rebind properly and there'll be no more problems. Do we have anything else going on? I think that handles our loadings, and this all still looks pretty good to me. Okay. All right. Now that we have all this stuff loaded and all of our happy demo stuff, it arguably might be cleaner to, instead of doing it like this, just let's do it this way. That way we can verify So we can verify that things will work a little bit better if we actually take all this stuff out and create the meals in here and have everything bind itself this way. So if I, excuse me for the sniffle, but if I do this and then food IDs and give it a name of meal food 1, then meal food 2, then this can still go through the same code and we can test that. I think that's cleaner. So we'll do the same thing. Then we want food with a ID of 1. Whoops. ID of 1. A name of food 1. And with these nutrition per servings, then we can duplicate this. Do 2. I think we had these exactly the same. And we'll do it again. I'm pretty allergic to pollen, and I took a Claritin earlier today, and they're supposed to be non-drowsy, but they always make me drowsy. I don't know why they lie. Oh, we only have one going in here, so. Food ID 1, servings 1, and we don't need this anymore. What are you yelling at? Doesn't have an unnamed constructor. It should. I mean, it doesn't, but like we should make one. There we go. And the final one, hopefully. My God. Demo. I think this is correct. What song is this? Claire Obscura? We're off my playlist now, if you couldn't tell. Since it doesn't like to keep it on loop. Every time with that, I mean, my God. Anyway, so foods. One food. Meal ID 221, was that correct? How many meals do we actually make? These are all of the same, so we actually, I think we only needed one here. And we give this a name. Oh. This shouldn't have any IDs. Okay, we delete these. We go back over here because it doesn't have an unnamed constructor. And now if we reload, well, we'll lose the names of our meals. We lose everything. Okay. It's because if it is empty, we do it this way. I think this should have doubled. Okay, now we're back to where we were, and now we know that our actual lookup code is working. And I think this is a much smarter way to actually create this stuff. Although I guess we still have to do this for meal slots and scheduled meal slots. Oh man. I don't really want to. But I guess we have to, especially since this isn't even loading the right thing anymore. It says it's loading meal slots, but it's actually loading scheduled meal slots. All right. Bring this down here. Load scheduled meal slots. Async function. Get dates scheduled meal slots. And then we'll need our actual meal slots, which we're just gonna keep this code commented out for reference. And what the hell is going on down here? All right, well. Sure. Works for me. I don't know what this even contains anymore, though. Oh my god, okay. Um... All right. We may need to remake these meal slots. I know that they're technically working right now, but it doesn't conform with the rest of our stuff, right? Between a meal slot and a scheduled meal slot. Maybe the meal slot, you know, should be... Well, I'm thinking about a meal slot instance. The whole reason why we separated these out, if I recall, was because when you change to the next date, well, you just want to be able to have different meal slots for different dates, you know. So if you decide, oh, I no longer want to eat breakfast anymore going forward, it shouldn't delete everything, all your previous days that still had breakfast. But I also don't want to duplicate the meal slot over and over and over by assigning, you know, the date time to the meal slot. That doesn't make sense to me either. But I suppose that's kind of what we're doing. Because the meal slots are really the meal slot instances. Man, okay, how do I want to deal with this? I know I'm way overcomplicating this, but, you know, it's important to get this right to start, because the whole rest of the app is going to be entirely, like, based on this. Yeah, I guess meal slot is really meal instance. And then the meal slot should just be like breakfast. But then the meal slot instance, you know, actually holds all the meals and meal and food instances. Alright, this is gonna suck. Okay. So we'll do meal slots and then meal slot instances. And we'll pretty much comment out all of this garbage. Let's just comment all of this out for now. We'll come back to it. We actually want to build the meal slots first. Although these are meal slot instances, really. Slot instance, yeah. So meal slot extends basic table. And the only thing it really needs is a name. Yeah. The whole purpose being, like, you can track breakfast over time. So all you need to know is that it's breakfast. So you actually need the meal slot. That's what's required. And then the meal slot ID. Yeah. We still, of course, need our happy user ID. And meal slot create name. Okay. Oh, this is gonna set us back. No. This isn't what we're doing. Meal slot. Okay. Now we do our instance map. And then this has a date. So we'll just factor this out into today. Now these have a date. There we go. Update time, date. Okay, and we'll also want to keep a list of meal slot, instance date, meal slot, instance map. Meal slot, instance date map, put if absent, meal slot, instance date. What's the problem? Oh, picked the wrong one. Meal slot, date instances. Date instances, add meal slot instance. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. Whew. Okay. Now we can go down destroy all of this and try and revive this. Oh, and I guess we'll need this. Should have the index. Should we just not care about the index right now? Either way, this needs to be deleted. Who gets to care about the index? So the index meaning, you know, how this is ordered: breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack. You know, you may want the snack to be in between lunch and dinner, so your index matters. However, that may change depending on the date. So maybe the index should be within the instance. Yeah. Because I suppose we don't actually care. When we're using the meal slot to track breakfast over time, we probably don't actually care about its index, right? We can just sort that by whatever when it comes time, but during the actual day we do care, and that could change from day to day. So we actually want meal slot instances. Right? Let's just remove that whole thing. And then we'll create them. We still need to create them if they don't exist. By looking at everything that came before. We'll want to duplicate the most recent days meal slots. So I think what we did last time is we just kind of sorted them, it seems. Which, fine. So sorted meal slot instances. Man, these names. Date meal slot instance map. Meal slot instance. I know it's not used. So if this is not empty, GPT, get out of my way. join this, given that it'll be on 1,000 different lines anyway. If it's not empty, we'll want the most recent one, which this part is correct. It won't be nullable because it's not empty. There we go. And we'll call that recent instance. What's going on? Oh, sorry. There we go. Call that recent instances. And we will copy it, which we'll have to recreate, but that's fine. Otherwise, we'll have to create a default. Which we'll need to grab ultimately. So it might be better to not care if it's in demo mode and just make this stuff anyway. Since otherwise you're looking at an empty thing. Although there'll be a whole setup wizard that you'll have to go through initially. You know, like, what's your name? What are your goals? And I guess there we'll define, like, okay, your initial meal slots. So we can leave this as is, actually. For back to here though, should this realistically ever happen? If we're setting it up, then this should always exist. Because through the wizard, you know, we populate it as our first day. Okay. Then in that case, how about we go back to if it's only in demo mode. And go back to date instances. Whoops. ChatGPT, you're really messing with me today. Do a meal slot instance. That is today. Let's grab today. Today. And with a meal slot ID of 1. Meal slot ID of 2, 3, and 4, which I think we defined up here. right. So this shouldn't actually be ever blank, because even in the demo mode we're doing it. So this should theoretically just never be blank. Yeah, we're just going to treat it as if it's never empty. I think that's the best way to handle it. Oop. And now we'll actually make our copy method. Okay. And copied meal slot instance. Why are we acting as if there won't be a new date? There should always be a new date. And we probably don't need to bother with that. And then we'll return that copied meal instance. And why is date not defined here? Let's move this down here so we actually know what we're referencing. And this should be non-nullable. Okay. Okay, now I think we're back to normal, at least in terms of the controller. We gotta go all the way back in and fix all of this nonsense, but fix the meal slot instances. Get date meal slot instances, yeah. Okay. Instance, meal slot instance. And what the hell's going on? I'm not even sure what I'm looking at. What am I looking at? There we go. So the meal slot instance. Oh my god. This is a super annoying error. We grab the meal slot. The meal slot is the thing that contains the name. Great. Now, only here is it busted, because this is meal slot instance. Meal slot. Okay. Now, if I reload, we should have data. We don't have any data. Okay. Let's see why. So suppose first thing is first, we'll go down to here. This will be the first thing that actually is important that gets called, isn't it? Didn't happen. Okay, so then what's the big deal? Hey Alex, thanks for hanging out. Always a good place when you're haunting our realm. Excuse me, take a drink. And I have pins and needles in my foot because I just took it off of my windowsill, and it always hurts. Ow. So I don't think we grabbed any of the food and meal instances. That's the problem. Of course, of course, of course. So, no wonder nothing was coming up. Oops. It's because nothing was ever rebound. There it is. That's what I meant to do. Food instance ID. Int. Then we'll do the same thing for meals. Okay. Now I think if we reload, we'll get our data back. Nope. Why not? Do they not have... Oh, we never gave it any IDs. Okay. Yep, that'll do it. What food instances do we have? Just one, okay. Now, before I go extra crazy, let's just double check. All right, everything came back for that. And our meal slot instances, IDs. Hold on here, meal instance. Meal, okay, that's why, it's because we're missing, the comma was there. Meal. What the hell? Is it just giving me the wrong, is it just not filling in correctly? Oh, I put triple dots. Okay. Remove the comma, remove the comma, remove the comma. Okay. And we're all back. Okay, that was an annoying refactor. At least this function is smaller now. Even if this part is really ugly with how everything is collapsing. Can make this a little bit better. Nope, I guess it's just what it is. Okay. Now we can move on. So, Alex, you're both here while you're watching. So you're watching while you're streaming? I hope your other stream can't hear me. Like your actual viewers can't hear me. Just giving me the ad revenue. Not that I'm an affiliate, but okay. So now we can go back to working on the history page. Ah. What time is it? 7:20? Uh, yeah, probably. So we'll likely only hang out for another 10 more minutes. So this list right here, it's our history list. Do we want to break it into, okay, you have all of your foods and then you have all of your meals? Or kind of intersperse them? No, it's all good, Alex. I was just curious if your stream could just hear me rambling in the background. You're all good. So how do, like I said, how do we want to handle this right here? Should we do foods and then meals? I guess. Another thing we'll probably go back and then refactor 1,000 times, but that's okay. Expansion list builder. Keys. Expansion panel sublist builder. Okay, we renamed it. I forgot. It was originally called that, and then we changed it. Okay, item map. So it's food. Then we grab the nutrition controller and we grab all of our foods. And then meals. And we'll want to sort our items. Not by that. It's actually not what we want to do, I suppose. Because this only works if the values of the same type. So do we want this? Is this what we wanted? Foods, meals, make that const. Nope, we want this part to be const. And then we'll build the headers, I guess. Question mark. Adaptive text, our header. header. Okay, and then the child builder. We'll do if, oop, not header, head. Oh, not head, header. Let's make this an enum. Then we'll title case it. Where's my music? There we go. Okay, and then we could do a switch on the header. Although really now it's list history type. I'm gonna get an error, okay. History type, history type, history type, history type. Okay, and we'll do a list view dot separated. We'll do another one down here. Reorganize. This is easy, we just want a divider. And it won't ever let me rename anything anymore. Whew. Okay, and nutrition controller food. I suppose we'll just turn this into a list here. Two lists. We'll make it not growable because it's not. And meals dot length. And we'll grab our food. No. That's too much. We just want to display the food name. Why did you add all that? Okay. And I want the same thing here, but for meals. Are you smart enough to do that, ChatGPT? Thank you. Has size is gone? Oh, because this needs to be shrink wrapped. And this also needs to be radio. Okay. Let's actually, since we'll always need it, let's just rip this out up here. And the cool thing is, we can do a count. We'll remove the bolding because we decided that was obnoxious. Nice. Okay. And then we can do our nutrition display somewhere. We had that as a widget. Food display, basic nutrition. We're gonna factor out, I guess. Call it basic macro display. We'll put that in here. Basic macro display. Oh, not Cupertino. Apple sucks. Cheap viewers. Woo! Let's ban this guy. Oh, thanks, dear. So quick. Best mod in the world. Okay, I think after we add just a tiny little bit of symmetric padding, we are done for the day. Wish we could have gotten a little bit more done, but my cat Foofy is just too adorable to ignore. And she always will be. Okay, should be the final bit of padding. Okay, and I think that's a pretty good place to leave off for today. What do you think about the functionality right now, Envy? Okay. Thanks. Okay, let's do our git commits. Meal slot instance. Okay. And we'll custom overlay widget. What? Oh. Thought it told me that git wasn't a command. I like just used it. Okay. I guess that's it for today. Slow stream, but I had a good time. I hope you all did too. Have a good night. I'm gonna eat some pasta. 10 ounces worth. All right. Bye bye.